Welcome back, everyone. It's Stray Faye here with another episode of Cupid Parasite. Alright, I think I'm feeling a little bit better today. Been kind of on and off ill, but yeah, I feel fine right now, so I want to continue the story. In the last episode, Lynette had her little, cooking show. Well, it wasn't really a show, but it was like a cooking meet and greet. But it was like the prototype phase where she didn't enact it with her actual clients. Instead, she just got the Parasite 5 all together. So we got to see those guys again. And they all got to see how a little bit more attached Shelby is to Lynette. He's getting a little bit more possessive, more worried about her well-being. Anyway, we have the next chapter, the wedding of Rome and Julie. I wonder if probably like another work thing. They're probably going to be sitting into a wedding or something, and then wedding bells will probably ring in Shelby's head. Alrighty, the next morning. I woke up and headed to the living room, but Mr. Snail wasn't there. Huh? There was a note on the table. I took a look and it said, "Sorry, but I'm heading out early today." Haha. Mr. Snail is so proper, leaving a note and all. He could have just texted me. I was happy to get a handwritten note, though. Yeah, so old-fashioned. Texting is so much faster, and everyone has their phone on them, so they're sure to get the message. In that case, I'll just have a nice, simple breakfast today. I got some cereal and milk and headed to the table. I turned on the TV for the first time in a while. I didn't know if I should turn it on when I was with Mr. Snail, so I hadn't been watching it recently. Does he not like TV? Is he not into that? The not news anchor. And so, Rome and Julie Wedding is planning a marriage hunting event as a new service using cooking. Wait, what? Rome and Julie Wedding? Never heard of a company by that name, so I focused on the screen. What I saw almost made me drop my cereal. Wait, what's going on here? I put down the bowl and jumped up in front of the TV. Here is Main Street and 2nd Avenue, where the newly opened dating agency Rome and Julie Wedding is located. Oh, it's okay. I thought we're gonna actually go to a wedding. No, it's the other agency that's trying to steal Cupid Corp's clients. Did they just steal Lynette's idea? Rome and Julie Wedding is becoming a hot topic, starting with its first year membership and more for new members, along with other new services. For more about their new services, turn off the TV. Oh no! No matter how many times I read them, I don't understand the words on the screen. More like, I don't want to understand. Because right there in bold letters it said, 5-star challenge, cooking with fire. Someone stole her idea! Someone straight up plagiarized. We have a mole. Who's the mole? Who took her idea? I went to the office and the company was in an uproar about the news. Hey, what are we gonna do about this? It's the exact same name as the plan we were going to do. I finally learned the catchphrases to use for our members and everything! Are we gonna cancel it, or will we still force it through? About that, what should I do? I've been thinking about it all morning. I can't announce it as is anymore. Everything about it is the exact same plan. I'll just say that we stole their idea. Ugh, that's so gross. Someone, when someone just takes your idea and hurries and publishes it first. It's whoever's first, therefore it must be their idea. Ugh, that sucks. But the flyers are done and we finalized the menu too. And I already arranged for the ingredients in kitchen. She did a lot more work. She did a lot of work. What should I do? All the effort I put into preparing everything seems totally wasted. I need to think, but I was still in shock, so I couldn't get my thoughts together. So they're gonna start the service first. Could this be? Female planning department staff. I heard you forgot what voice I gave you. Oh, I get it. You stole that idea from Rome and Julie wedding, so that's why it was so well made. Wait, what? No, you got it reversed. Huh? I would never do that. I turned to argue and saw a look of contempt from the planning department woman from before. She's not going to listen to reason. She's just trying to find any excuse. Trying to find any demons. I thought it was weird. You're not even from the planning department, but somehow your project plan passed. True, it was a really good plan, but I've never heard of you talk about wanting to put together any kind of proposal. Someone who never even wanted to make a plan could never come up with something that good. You must have stolen the idea. Everyone nearby started to look at me with suspicion. No faith in Lynette. Did she really steal it? Maybe she's cheating her way to the top all along. Oh no. I hope they don't, figure out that we're also dating our boss. That would just be the straw that breaks the camel's back. She's cute enough. She could definitely have been flirting with the boss all this time. I could hear them thinking all those things. I could feel a cold hand gripping my heart. I felt like I was suffocating. I started to feel dizzy, and the sounds around me started to fade. I've never cheated or stolen anything. I didn't succeed by sucking up to my boss. I just wanted our members to be happy. I came up with it all myself. You stole the idea to win the competition. You're the worst. I'm sure you cheated your way to get to the top advisor spot, too. No, Then why did Rome and Julie wedding start the service first? It's because I thought of it before you. You must have stolen it. You stole their idea. She's not the kind to cheat like that. As her colleague, you should know that. Huh? I looked towards the familiar voice. Mr. Snail was by my side after hearing all the commotion. Sir? Seeing the way she works, you know she doesn't cut corners. You work with her, so you should know better than anyone. No, it'd be ironic as if she was the one who sold out the plan to the other company. Mr. Snail. He defended me, and he also recognized my work. My eyes felt hot. I wanted to cry, but I made two tight fists and held back those tears. Now is not the time for that. Okay, but even ignoring that, what are we gonna do about our plan? It totally overlaps with Rome and Julie wedding. Alright, now that's a good proposal. Riggin trying to tear your colleague down now is what do we do about it now? Gotta fix it. Gotta change it. Let's see. We'll make use of whatever we can and announce it as a new plan. I saw the trial event yesterday, and it was well done. It's unfortunate we can't announce it as is, but there are ways around it. How much prep has been done? Oh, the ingredients have been ordered, the homepage is done, and we just submitted the final flyer design. The flyer was submitted last night, so they could still be checking the data. They might be able to stop the print if I call them. I see. Then call them and ask them to stop right away. Okay. I nodded and quickly went to call the printer. I explained the situation, and fortunately, they hadn't started printing yet, so we were able to pause the process. We were able to stop the print. That's good. Now focus on rebuilding the project plan. And at this point, I expect everyone here to help her. This is meant to celebrate our 15th year of service. Everyone here has pitched in to make it happen, and I expect that to continue. Mr. Snail looked into each employee's face one by one. Everyone tensed up at his gaze. Mr. Snail's amazing. He was able to change the atmosphere here instantly. No one looks dissatisfied. Now is not the time to worry about what's past. Everyone knows that we have to join together and move forward. You there. I want you to research Rome and Julie Whitting. Huh? But I'm with the planning department. There are some suspicions of other clients whose plans have been copied. Your plan of matchmaking tour backpackers was also rumored to be announced by them. Huh? President, you know about the plans I built? Of course. I looked through all the plans drafted by my employees. In any case, I want you to research Rome and Julie Whitting. This is the job only you can do. I understand. There's been increased misinformation campaigns directed at our company recently. I'm also asking for that to be looked into. Our company mission doesn't change no matter what our competitors do. We must guide our members to happiness. There can be many hardships like this, but this is when we must join together. I'm counting on all of you. Yes! After hearing Mr. Snail's words, everyone gets back to work, even the colleague that was glaring at me earlier. Alright, let's work together. We're on the same team here. Mr. Snail's amazing. He looked at every single one of us and is good at raising motivation. Mr. Snail is a workaholic, the prestige parasite, but there are things only he can do. Even as the prestige parasite, he still cares about his work as president. He cherishes his company. That's why I can't deny him of that title. I'll be returning now. I'll be counting on everyone to do what is necessary. Also, I need to talk to you. Come with me. Yes! He said that in a serious tone, so that made me stand up straight. I couldn't think that I'm gonna chew her out or something. Ooh, you're in trouble. I was wondering if he was gonna get mad at me as I followed him. Sorry, clear my throat. So about the new product. Right. Don't look at me like you're about to cry. I'll think with you on revamping the plan. Don't worry. President! He called me with such a stern voice, but he showed me a gentle gaze like he does at home. For the first time, I realized he couldn't show any kindness in front of everyone. My eyes water out of gratitude. But hey. Sorry. I shouldn't be crying yet. I have to keep at it. The moment we're alone, I felt so relieved that I couldn't hold back the tears anymore. I really was scared earlier. I know everyone just like dogpiled on her. Oh, she was like still confused. Everyone suspected me of copying that idea. I thought I would lose their trust. I wouldn't be able to stay at Cupid Corp. I was dumbfounded because they doubted my efforts until today. I didn't work hard just for some recognition, but I didn't think they would doubt my achievements as cheating. But Mr. Snail came to my aid. He didn't doubt me and even defended me. I felt so relieved then. Let's cutthroat company politics. I'll do my best to revamp the plan. Thank you so much for defending me earlier. I bow and turned around to return to my duties, but he grabbed my arm from behind. No need to rush back. I said I need to have a word with you. He pulled my arm and held my head in his chest. Oh, I'm giving her a hug. Aww. I think they might need to revise the contract. Don't show those people that you're crying. If you want to cry, do it here. But there's no time to cry. It's better to let it out and cry after what happened. I didn't think that they'd say those things to you. I'm honestly quite shocked. Just stay here for a while. I'm sure it's hard to go back right away after what they said. But No. I couldn't continue from there. Tears started to flow, and I gripped tightly at the hem of his suit. President, thank you for coming for me. Yeah, I'm glad that I happened to be there. Mr. Snail hesitantly patted me on my head. The gentle way he did, that caused more tears to flow. You're a hard worker. I'm thankful for that. But I'm sure that causes some co-workers to be jealous. The nail that sticks out gets hammered first, they say. But it's not your fault. It's just a foolish tendency of human beings. I am lucky to have an employee like you in this company. You just continue to be who you are. I don't want you to change. Always stay that way for me. Couldn't hold back any longer. Mr. Snail's warmth causes me to cry out loud. I tried so hard, but no one had acknowledged me. Even so, I wanted to continue matchmaking, because I am Cupid. My instincts and myself as a human being were in internal conflict with one another. I had the desire to continue trying hard, but I found out that putting in effort doesn't mean it will be rewarded. That's how it's like in a company sometimes. It is kind of gross. No matter how much I care about the customers, not everyone will trust me. That's what pains me the most. But Mr. Snail affirmed my existence. He told me not to change. Why is he always able to tell me what I want to hear the most? Just cry. I'll be by your side. President! I have to hurry up and stop crying. Otherwise, I can't move forward. Mr. Snail has work to do, and I'm getting in his way. But right now, I made an excuse and clung on to him. He's the kind of person that answers emails while eating, but right now he's by my side. I know he paused all his work just to give her a hug. Aww. Shelby, why are you so kind to me? Because we're cooperating? Because we're accomplices? Because I'm your employee? Or... My heart is overflowing with emotion as I continue to cry. Throughout that, he continues to pat me on the head. A few minutes later, I had used up a ton of tissues. I'm sorry for making a scene. Thank you so much. Her eyes are gonna be all swollen. It's alright. Mr. Snail smiles and returns to his work desk, then he opened his computer. Now, let's review the original project plan and rethink a new one. Alright. Business mode activate. Thank you. But are you sure? How are you doing on time? This is also part of work. We suffered negative effects from Rome and Julie wedding previously as well. We now have proof, after investigating the article stating that me being a devoted husband is a lie came from them. Huh? Really? Yes. Unfortunately, it came from a competitor in the same industry. They might be trying to put us out of business. That's slander. I mean, technically it's true, but still. Doing it with malintent. I still don't know the details on the one snooping around my home, but it's highly likely they are the same. It's unfortunate that they copied this project, but they probably had this planned out. There could be an industrial spy. Huh? Hope he's not some industrial spy. Owen said so earlier. Thought of Owen's mumbling and my heart jumped. But Peter's a good person. I don't want to doubt him. I don't know if Peter would do something like that. I feel like he's... I don't know. I kind of suspect who he is. I don't think he would do that, but I don't know, maybe. I don't know whose side he's on, actually. But if he was... You can freely enter and leave Mr. Snail's office. You could steal anything if you wanted to. In any case, this incident is not your fault. I'm responsible for not stopping them in time. So let's think of a solution together. Understand? Yes, thank you very much. That's right. My role isn't to find the culprit. It's more important to remake this project. You said you already ordered the ingredients. Is it the same as the cooking we ate the other day? Yes! We can't change the cooking part. I see. But as long as the ingredients are the same, we can still make a different dish. What can be made using the same? Let me check the memos I wrote when I built the project. I take out my phone from my pocket, looking for ideas that I had previously thought of. Cat, dog, bird. I can't cook. Well, maybe you could cook those, but reading, movies, desserts, cooking. There was a list of popular hashtags from Instagram. I wonder if I can combine them. Please don't combine cats, dogs, and cooking. Birds might depend what kind of bird you're cooking. Cooking and animals? No, it's unsanitary and they could eat it. That's the worst combination. Get all that cat litter everywhere. Oh, all those paws everywhere. Cooking and desserts? This is weak. It's just dessert making. There's also cooking and reading. Oh, how about recreating dishes from stories? I mumbled that and noticed Mr. Snail looking up. Well, that's a good idea. People like their fantasy meals. I remember I was looking at like a Harry Potter cookbook. I was like, I kind of want to make this stuff. Oh, that sounds romantic. Really? Yes, let's look for dishes that can be used with the available ingredients. Mr. Snail searches on his computer for books and cooking. There are lots of articles about famous fairy tales or picture books that recreated food from it. Earl's just gonna want to create ambrosia from all the mythology. I'm just like, what is ambrosia? I always thought ambrosia is like nectar or like some sort of wine. It just sounded like something that like the gods drank. Wow, that looks delicious. Gratin, sponge cake, stews. There are picture book illustrations that make me feel excited. This is nice. If they see the picture of the bear with the bear with the dish, they might feel nostalgic and possibly join in the campaign. Wait, are we like? Is it like Goldilocks and the Three Bears? Are we making some oatmeal? This might be a good idea. Our company's plans have been lacking in service for our more introverted customers. The 5-star difficulty part was good in that regard. If you're mixing in the reading hobby, the basic concept is still the same. The producer of this picture book is also someone we have connections with. It's the same publisher as the marriage magazine. Okay, so we have permission to like use the picture book, and it would probably be hard to copy as well. Because if Rome and Julie decided to copy that idea, they'd be like, hang on, you didn't get the okay for the publisher to use this. If we can use the pictures as is, it'll be good. Can you cover all the ingredients by recreating the dishes in the book? There's shrimp, bay leaves, apples. Yes, I think it will work. There's some ingredients that are off, but we can use that as part of the side menu for what's not in the book. For now, we can proceed in this direction. The designs will have to be redone though. As for that, I'll go and send another request to the designer. I see. There's not much time left. I'll talk to the PR team to have them quickly send approval. After saying that, Mr. Snail picks up the phone for the internal line to contact PR. That should do it. Let's just pray that the approval will go well. Some other plan should be drafted in case this doesn't work. Yes! From then on, I drafted more points of discussion. Plans for cooking that will look good on Instagram. plans of eating these dishes while watching a movie. I called the culinary researcher and explained the situation and the change in plans. An hour and a half later, I received a call from PR that we got the approval from the publisher. We'll proceed in this format for now. You can relay the information to the planning department and other places, I presume. Yes, of course. I was bawling just earlier, but I already feel much better. My eyes could still be a little swollen, but it should have resolved itself with time. You look much more dignified now. I wish you luck. Yes, thank you, President. Now if you'll excuse me. I bow and I was about to leave Mr. Snail's office. I then noticed a crumpled up wad of paper in the corner of the room. President? That area is really cluttered, but did something happen? Oh, those are for documents to be shredded. Usually Owen takes care of it before it gets full. But he's been busy with his private life as of late. He probably didn't have time for that. What about Peter? Owen said he's not good enough, so he'll be resigning. Oh. What? Really? I thought he said he was really good the other day. I'll shred it for you in his place then. It's dangerous to have so much paper on the floor. Are you sure? Yes, it'll be quick. The papers to be shredded are overflowing, so there could be a chance that some important documents could get mixed in with it. Better to put it through the shredder regularly to prevent accidents. That's what I learned when I first joined the company. I crouched down to pick up the documents. After crying and feeling better, I suddenly felt the urge to be playful and read through them. I'm curious about what kind of documents Mr. Snail looks at. There could be some useful hints to revamp the plan. That was the hope anyway. Normally I shouldn't be doing this, but at the same time there might not be another chance to do so. Maybe there's some rejected plans in there? Okay, we got a choice. Ooh, okay. It actually says the Curtis save file here, so I'm guessing if you pick wrong, it's going to the bad ending. That's kind of weird. Okay. I'll make a separate save for that. Okay, yeah, that's really weird that they give you. Okay, I thought it was kind of weird that they specifically mentioned Owen, like, going through the important documents and shredding them. So is he the only other person that, like, has access to these documents? What if he chose just not to shred them and just, like, take them? And unless, like, Peter yoinks some, but... Huh. Alright, so... I guess to not get the bad ending, we have to throw it all into the shredder. We're not allowed to read it. So let's do that. Wait, I shouldn't be looking at Mr. Snail's documents. I held back my curiosity and desire for mischief and just threw the documents into the shredder. I'll excuse myself now. Yeah. So what time are you working until today? I'm on the late shift today, so I think 11 p.m. I see. I was thinking of returning home at 11 p.m. too. Let's meet at my car. Oh, we're gonna drive together. Hope no one sees you. Get in the same car together. Thank you. He knows that my commute is longer from the company now, so he says that he'll drive me when he has time. But I'm sure he's doing it today out of kindness for me. I was so depressed earlier. His subtle acts of consideration makes my heart feel warm. I bow again and left Mr. Snail's office. Wait, chapter? Next chapter, okay. I guess we'll do one more chapter, because it's only been less than 30 minutes. Shelby's resolve. The days after that passed by quickly. I reworked the new product and switched all of the necessary data. We worked towards the announcement date. Even so, Mr. Snail and I still promise to eat dinner together once a week, no matter what. This is so that we won't forget that we are currently living as husband and wife. And then, the new plan, cooking, matchmaking, picture book cuisine, has has finished the recruiting period and the date of the event has arrived. Whew, scraped it all together. Thank you for your applications. I'm the top bridal advisor, Lynette Muir. Cooking matchmaking picture book cuisine is based off the picture book food in the famous based off the picture book food in the famous Cooking with Kalu and the Three Snakes. Trying to think if this is based off something else. We have received the support of the publisher and the picture books are on display by the window. Oh, you can pick up a copy on your way out. In the next room, we will also have another picture book exhibit. I hope you'll go and view it after cooking. Love-seeking girl. Wow, this brings me back! I love that picture book, especially the part where the butterflies come and turn the dress blue. That reminds me of Sleeping Beauty. Love-seeking boy. Really? I love that book too! Really nice! Not a lot of people read that book before, so I'm glad to find someone who did. The participant spoke excitedly about the picture books and seemed to hit it off. Thank goodness, we're off to a good start! I felt relieved as I looked around. I wanted to scan the crowd for non-participants. There's 3 people that aren't joining the conversation. I have to support them when it's their turn to do the cooking. That is my mission as a bridal advisor. These people are here because they made the choice to, after all. Everyone, your attention please. The culinary expert is here. Reacting to my voice, a culinary researcher arrived. That marked the beginning of the cooking matchmaking picture book cuisine event. Alright, wow. Nighttime! Whew, it's finally over! I returned to the office at night and hunched over my desk. Fortunately, the cooking matchmaking picture book cuisine event ended with great success. The event was limited to only current Cupid Corp members, but we might be able to start providing it to others as a special service. If they like it, it could increase the Cupid Corp membership. That would allow me to matchmake even more people. I've had a few couples who have later said in the interview that they would like to start dating. I've told the managing advisors, so the couples who are matched will have their statuses changed to dating. The couples will continue dating for a period of time. If they're compatible, it may lead to marriage. I was happy that I was part of this process. Hi there! It was a lot of work, huh? A mug was blah. Drink some water. A mug was placed in front of me. Clarice brought me some coffee. Clarice, I think I'll manage. I get up and drink the coffee. Clarice got me. Oh, and I breathe a sigh of relief. She got you, girl. She got you. So how'd it go? I heard it was a success. Good for you. Yeah. Thanks, Clarice. Seeing my friend's face made me realize that I completed my job. That sense of accomplishment fills my heart. This was the first time I built and ran a new plan from start to finish. I really did it. It's too bad that the original plan was taken by Rome and Julie wedding, though. I really wanted to do that one, too. That was the one regret I had. While thinking that, I sensed someone approaching us. You did better than I thought. Good job. Oh, it's a mean girl. It's a mean planning girl. It's the colleague from the planning department that's always antagonizing me. But Clara stood between us. Are you trying to start something? Claire glares at her with arms crossed. The colleague from the planning department made an awkward expression and glanced towards me. I'm here to apologize. I did say terrible things to her. I'm sorry. Huh? She apologized to me. My eyes opened wide in surprise, and she bowed to me. I'm sorry I shouted those insults at you. I understood from what happened this time that you really were a hard worker. I looked into Rome and Julie wedding and found out some things. Our plans worked well only because you put in the effort as an advisor. Rome and Julie wedding is doing the same plan as ours, but theirs is not going well at all. It's not a matter whose plan is better. It's irritating to me because I have a lot of pride in my work with planning, but I was being immature about it. I'll work hard at my job so that I won't lose to you. I'm sorry for what I did then. She bows to me one more time. I realize that I was still sitting down. I frantically stood up. It's alright. Thank you for always putting together some wonderful plans. A lot of the customers do love it, so it's always helpful. I hope to continue having the products from the planning department to help guide our customers to marriage. I held out my hand to shake hers, but then I heard a giant sigh next to me. You're such a softie. That again, I like that you never hold a grudge. Now you understand how she is. It's a lot more constructive to cooperate instead of being jealous. Seems like it. I'm starting to hate myself for what I did. I now understand I shouldn't think only about myself. I have to work together to protect the company. She smiles and shakes my hand. I hope we'll continue to work well together. Yes, let's join together. She finally acknowledged me. My heart was filled with warm and fuzzy feelings. I'm not working just to be recognized, but when it does happen, I can get so happy. Well, I'll be going now. She said that with a hint of bashfulness before leaving. After seeing her off, Claire smiled. Well, I need to get back to work. Good job on everything, Lynette. Yeah, thanks for the coffee, Clarice. Clarice waves at me and then walks off like a model. Little strut, strut, strut. After seeing both of them off, I felt glad that I could finally get along with my colleague from the planning department. Till now, I was focused only on doing my own thing. But having connections with others is also important. That's what I have learned as a human. This is something that I never would have known as a god. Gods all think that they can do everything on their own. Dad was the epitome of that. Speaking of which, I wonder how Dad is doing. Probably not up to any good. Despite how he's completely rejected what I wanted to do, there's no sign of him finding me. But that's a little worrying. Auntie messaged me saying that Dad wasn't in Celestia recently. Lady Minerva, I haven't seen Mars around Celestia lately. Do you know why that might be? But if Dad was here, I would know immediately. He doesn't look human at all. Probably doesn't know how to, put on a disguise either. If Dad finds me, he would forcefully drag me back to Celestia. As of now, there's no sign of that. Oh well. Anyway, I should just... Oh yeah, the new project. It finally ended. I'm now enjoying the feelings of accomplishment that I achieved for the first time. A few of the members I managed said that they found someone nice there too. If this goes well, I could guide them to marriage. From your first encounter to your final vows, that is the mission statement of Cupid Corp. Alright, let's do this. I chug the coffee and turn to my computer. I then hear a familiar sound. Chi! Chi! Oh, Chi! Haven't seen you in a while. It really has been a while since I last saw Chi. Thought he returned to Celestia while I lived with Mr. Snail, but he was still in the human realm. Haha, I missed you, Chi. I pet Chi's fluffy body, and he fidgets around like he always does. Haha, I haven't done this in a while. Wait, what's that? There's something in Chi's mouth. It's a piece of paper, so I took it and opened it up. I was shocked at what I saw. There's a piece of a manuscript of an article about Mr. Snail. Shelby's wife finally revealed. That was the title of the article with a big photo. Uh-oh. And the one shown there was me. Oh, wait, it's not from behind, is it? Is it like face plastered? Plastered on the... Bleh. President, please excuse me. I ran into Mr. Snail's office. Luckily, he didn't have any guests over as he was alone facing his computer. What's gotten you so worked up? I thought your new project went well. I found this article. What should we do about this? I handed over the half-written article that she brought to me. Half-written. Upon saying that, Mr. Snail's expression turned serious. This is... Where did you find this? Well, about that, my magical little fluffy divine beast found it. Chi. He tries to gesture what he wants to say. He's flying around the shredder, so he could have found it there. Wait, the shredder. It was from the trash can for the shredder. Wait, wouldn't Mr. Snail already know then? In other words, there's a traitor within our company. No, this must be dealt with first. This is an article from a publisher which we have no connections with. They wrote other malicious articles. I've sent protests. They probably wouldn't listen. Mr. Snail looks at the article in front of him and thinks, how did it get in your shredder though? In your shredder bin? He soon stands up and takes his jacket he has hung on the wall. I'm going out for a bit. Huh? What are you gonna do? I'll deal with this personally. But I promise you that it won't affect you. Wait, what are you gonna do? He had a calm gaze over me. I really wondered what he was thinking about. Can't tell what emotion he's feeling from his eyes, but I know that he wants to be considerate towards me about it. That's why it makes me worried. You're not gonna, like, murder someone, are you? Shelby! I'm sorry that this is happening to you. I'll be going now. I reach out to him, but I miss. He slips right by me as he leaves his office. I had no idea what Mr. Snail intends to do. Although I'm worried, I'm still within my work hours. You're just gonna go back to your desk. I return to the office floor to resume my work. I hope Mr. Snail's alright. I'm still worried for him while I work. He's been gone for over an hour, but nothing seems to have happened yet. My shift is almost over. While I couldn't focus very much, I still summarized the concerns and plans for improvements. Mr. Snail said that he would deal with it, but I was more worried about Mr. Snail doing something reckless rather than if the article went public. He probably went to the magazine company. Hope he's not starting any trouble. I should have insisted on going with him. I'm not his secretary, so that wouldn't have been possible. I kept thinking about that as I worked. Suddenly, there was a murmur around the floor. What's going on with this? Uh-oh. Huh? Something must have happened. I stood up and saw Claris running towards me with a serious expression. Lynette, this is terrible! The president is doing an emergency press conference. He said that his wife doesn't exist. Oh no! What? I grabbed Claris's phone and she was showing me to watch the news playing on the screen. No! What about the company stocks? All the work, the contracts. We did so much work to try to fool them. I bet Lynette would have just, like, went with it and was like, yeah, I'm his wife. She would have totally went with it. But I can understand that Shelby felt guilty tying her down like that. They shot Mr. Snail in the middle of a press conference. And that is the reason why I could not make the fact public until now. I'm terribly sorry for deceiving many people as a result. That's terrible! We trusted you! Doesn't it hurt your conscience for lying to us all? How dare you let a rumor go out of control? I mean, it's not like he hurt anyone. I'm sorry for it. I'll seriously consider your reprimands and will apologize for it. There are many members of my company that were assured by believing that I was a devoted husband. To them, I deeply apologize. So you are prioritizing the feelings and security of your members and refrain from publicizing it? Yes. You really believe it? You provided a sense of security through lies? I got loaded questions, like... Yes, I wanted everyone to be assured and focus on the matchmaking. That is why I refrained from publicizing it. But by continuing this lie is lacking in sincerity. That is why I've decided on my own accord to make it public now. What is the reason for your decision to publicize it now? Because I had a staff member that tried her hardest in helping me through matchmaking in secret. That staff knew that my unmarried status must be kept secret as she provided support. Her consideration was like salvation for me. However, seeing the sincerity of that staff member, I figured that I cannot continue to live a lie. Considering the staffs, I thought that this should not be publicized, but that would be betraying the members. I would have quickly denied these misunderstandings, but I was unable due to the weakness in my heart. This is all my responsibility. I'm terribly sorry. I watched the president on the news bowing deeply. I was dumbfounded at the sight of him. What should I do? This is my fault. Because they took that photo of me. He decided to do this to stop that article from publicizing. Clarice, what should I do? There's going to be a lot of people contacting us about this. It'll be all over the internet, too. That's what I thought, but everyone seems strangely calm about it. Huh? Clarice points to the customer support section on the same floor. Everyone was calmly dealing with the calls. It's true that the calls are coming in non-stop, but everyone was dealing with it calmly. At this hour? They're like, how dare the president not be married? From the answers that I'm hearing, it seems that it was all prepared beforehand. Looks like they already heard about it. Okay, that's good. Shelby didn't just, like, just throw all this work on these people with no warning. The web team are also calm about it. I thought there would be lots of insults thrown online. It's true that the people around us are dealing with the matter on the phones and email calmly. Seems like the only ones that weren't told about it were the people revolving around PR, like us. If this is done with the proper preparations before announcing, I guess it's fine. How did he prepare all this in such a short time? I know, it's like the spur of the moment. Could it be that he had been preparing to announce it for a while? He was just holding back on the timing. Must have been that one last push that made him do it. Anthony Duff, wait. Who's this guy again? We've seen him before, right? Is this like Shelby's friend? Like the magazine guy? Or is he the ad guy? What's going on here? I heard shouting that brought me to my senses. I don't remember what voice I gave him. I probably just gave him a derpy voice. You're the secretary, so why couldn't you prevented this? But I was not told about this at all. That's not possible. I did all the work to make this company famous by selling him as a devoted husband. You just ruined all my work until now. How are you gonna take responsibility for this? Duff? Anthony Duff from the advertising agency took advantage of a live broadcast and advertised Mr. Snail as a devoted husband. The one that started it all. You pushed the rock down the hill. He's Mr. Snail's upperclassman from college. Okay, that's how he's related to Mr. Snail. And he's with the advertising agency the company uses. He was the one who told Mr. Snail to lie. There are things I don't agree with, but now's not the time to be fighting. Mr. Duff? Excuse me. I'm sorry, but we're not told of the current issue. We were surprised as you are for the press conference. We'll contact Mr. Snail as soon as he returns. So for today... Please leave. I tried to tactfully tell him that. Duff glared at me with a look of irritation, but he realized that it was useless to keep talking to Owen. I understand. Then I will come again tomorrow. I'll have Snail explain himself. Duff then glared at Owen and left. I'm sorry? Thank you for that. It's alright. But you really weren't told about it? No. I was out at the time. I was out at the time. Yeah, my throat's getting dry. Get some water. Owen then frowned and put his head between his hands. Are you alright? Yes. I've been lacking in sleep recently, so I have these headaches. I'm going to get yelled at again. I have some business to tend to, so I must excuse myself. You've not been getting, I thought you'd been getting time off, right? What's going on? Yelled at? I was about to ask by who, but Owen had a glassy look in his eyes as he walked away. I don't think Shelby would yell at him. His footsteps appeared unstable. Owen must be really shocked at the press conference. Anyone would be shocked if they saw that all of a sudden. It felt like I was being crushed under the weight of my worries as I looked towards the section still dealing with customers. There's nothing I can do here, but I still rack my brain to think about what I can do. I'm home. In the end, there was nothing I could do. I quietly left and my shift was over. But there was no one at home. Mr. Snail was still not back yet. After that press conference, I'm sure he's dealing with stuff related to that. Shelby? I called out his name just to be sure, and I looked around the house. Not in his bed. Not in your bed either. He's not here. Where could he have gone? I thought about the press conference in the evening and it made me worry. Let me try to call him. Right at that time, my phone rang, but it wasn't from Mr. Snail. It was from Owen. Hello, this is Mir. Oh, I'm sorry for calling. Do you know where Mrs. Snail went? Huh? Did something happen? I can't seem to contact him after that press conference. Uh-oh. He's always had his phone on him. And then Owen and I decided to split up and look for Mr. Snail all around Los York. Wait, we're gonna search the city? That doesn't seem very efficient. He's not here either. Not here either, not at the park. Owen is looking through all the floors of the office. He made you go outside at night? What? Should be the opposite. I'm going around town where Mr. Snail might be as I headed towards the office. Oh, because she was already at home. She was already outside technically. Okay. But I mean, I would be like, oh, when you look around town. It's dark. Can't find Mr. Snail anywhere. I don't even know much about him. Where he would want to go alone? The more I thought, the more I realized I know nothing. We lived together for so long. We were nothing but a fake couple after all. A fake marriage. We lived together, but we're still strangers. Even though the life there was fun, it was nothing more than a business relationship. But Mr. Snail, Shelby was by my side when I needed someone. When I couldn't cry by myself, he created a place where I could cry. I thought I shouldn't cry, but he told me that I should. He affirmed for me what others had denied. That's why I wanted to go to his side. He could be suffering all alone right now. I wanted to tell him that it's not his fault. Maybe empty words, but I still want to be by his side. Shelby, please tell me. Where could you be? I typically drink at bars. I don't drink at home. Are we gonna go to every bar in Los York? I remember those words he said in a conversation. That's right. He says he drinks at a bar when he wants to relax alone. I researched the bars of Los York and started looking through them. That'd be a lot of bars, lady. I managed to find Shelby drinking alone at a certain bar. Wait, you did? Just like that. Just that easy. Did you find, like, a super high prestigious bar? Only for CEOs? CEOs only? Bar loneliness. Okay. Oh, this is Shelby. Shelby! I contacted Owen telling him that I found him, then I ran to Mr. Snail at the counter. When I approached him, I could tell he had been drinking for a while. He smelled of alcohol and was in a state I'd never seen before. Oh no! I've been looking all over for you, Shelby. Are you alright? I'm gonna see his more vulnerable side. The prestige is probably gonna be a little bit cracked because of the alcohol. I sat next to him and ordered a drink as I peered into his face. He finally looked up after a while. Lynette. He seemed drunk as his gaze was slow, but for some reason he smiled. What brings you here? He shakes his glass and laughs in a troubled way as if it were nothing. He's putting on a facade, I could tell that. So I placed my hand over his. I did that to share my warmth with him. I'm the only one here. You don't have to force yourself to smile. Oh, is she gonna let him cry? His gaze wavered. Mr. Snail looked down at his glass with whiskey in it and laughed timidly. I'm sorry. He only said that as he takes another sip of alcohol. The drink I ordered arrived then, so I took that in hand. I did previously offer to drink with you if you wanted someone to keep you company. That's right. We clinked our glasses lightly and started drinking together. We drank in silence for a little while before Mr. Snail started to mumble. Did you see the press conference? Yes, I saw it at the office with everyone. Right. Today was a long day. He whispered that very, very softly. Mr. Snail then placed his hand on mine as if to ask for help. In times like this, anyone would desire a human warmth. That's why I quietly held his hand back. I'm sorry for announcing that without talking to you about it. But time was of the essence then. I had to announce it before that photo went public. With that press conference, that article is now worthless. Their plot has been stopped. But in exchange, my press conference will be written about. I'm sorry. It's because I let them take a photo of me. No, that's just the trigger. I had prepared this announcement for a while. I should be the one to apologize. You did all that to help me. Mr. Snail sounds so weak. It's much different from his usual self. Okay, it actually says to create a save file here. Is there another bad ending if I don't pick the right answer? It's alright. I had a lot of fun. No, I'll be alright. It may be strange for me to say this, but I had a lot of fun playing your role as your wife. Really? Yes. I replied with energy, and Mr. Snail smiled slightly at me. I hear the ice in his glass circling about. He takes another sip of whiskey and faces forward again, looking far out into the distance. I see. I enjoyed it too. Oh, hearts. It allowed me to learn what the life is like with a wife. Thinking about and learning things together was fun. We would fight alongside one another to achieve a goal together. I never knew that it would feel so reassuring when you're not alone. Having you by my side allowed me to make my decision. To tell everything. I don't want to continue aiming for the top while living a lie. Relying on that would never allow me to be a man. That's why I don't regret my decision. I'll be fine. He says he's fine, but he doesn't sound it. He's put on a front again. Because I knew that, I gripped Mr. Snail's hand tightly. Shelby, you told me the other day, it's better to cry rather than hold it in. You told me I can cry because you're by my side. I was saved by those words. It's my turn to help you. While still sitting at the counter, I turned to Mr. Snail. I opened my arms to urge him to come to me. I'll lend you my shoulder or my arms. We fought together all this time. Please don't put on a facade in front of me. It's okay to cry. Please show me more of your emotions. Oh, no! Oh, Lynette. Mr. Snail's gaze wavers. Right. He closes his eyes and takes a few deep breaths. After a while, he looks towards me while still filled with sadness. It's hard for a man to cry. They've been taught from a young age to bottle it up. Then, I may need your shoulder to lean on. Do you mind? Not at all. I nod and Mr. Snail puts his head on my shoulder. Aww. It's a moment of weakness. The warmth on my shoulder made my heart jump, but I felt happier that he was relying on me. I patted him on the shoulder. Poor guy, he works so hard. He gave me a place where I could cry. This time, I want to be the person he can rely on. Lynette, was I wrong? I've lived my life defending my prestige, but I would never do that at the expense of others. But I'm afraid of being forsaken by people. I keep thinking that no one would be interested in me without my prestige. I've never heard him speak with such a weak tone before. He had never leaned on anyone before, but now he's doing that in front of me. The prestige parasite, Shelby Snail. He's a parasite on status, making me realize how big of a decision it was this time. Despite that, he still chose to announce it. This is probably to protect me. I wrap my arms behind him to embrace his head. That's not true. Even without your prestige, at the very least, I still want to be of help to you, Shelby. I know that you're always sincere and earnest towards work. That makes me want to help you. Is that true? Yes. Even if it's for the company, had it not been you, I wouldn't have accepted the offer. I knew that you wouldn't do something I hated, and that we can do this for the company. It made me willing to cooperate. Although you're a little bit too trusting. You did this not just for prestige, but for the employees. I could believe that you cared deeply for us. That's why I believed in you. Maybe it's just her divine intuition. We'll just go with that. Mr. Snail's throat seemed to quiver. The weight he placed on my shoulder became heavier. President, you misunderstood one thing. You may not have noticed, but there are many people who respect your whole being. During the incident with the stolen project idea, everyone was moved by your words. That wouldn't be possible unless they trusted you. With the press conference, some were surprised, but no one complained. Everyone was working hard to protect the company. I feel the same way. You always did what was just, and that's why all of the employees wanted to be of help to you. We're not after your prestige. Please believe in us. Thank you. It was a whisper that came from deep within. Even now, he was holding back tears. Because I knew that, I caressed his hair. You won't cry for me? A man can't cry in front of a woman. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to... The training, it's hard to just give that up. I wouldn't mind. I mind. He's so stubborn. He protected his status all alone, so he may have forgotten how to cry in front of people. I hope that you'll cry in front of me someday. I continued to caress his hair while thinking that. Yeah, just let him rest on your shoulder, like... That's enough, like... I heard a message arrive on Mr. Snail's phone that was on the counter. I looked at his phone and see the first line of the message on the lock screen. I couldn't help but smile. I patted Mrs. Snail on the back after that. Shelby, take a look. You have an email from everyone. Email? He sluggishly looks up at me. I held his phone in front of his face. On the lock screen, there are many words of encouragement. They're all from the company presidents I've met before. See? Everyone's worried about you. They're thanking you for being honest about it. He takes the phone and opens the messages. His mailbox is filled with many other emails, so I hope the other presidents that we had dinner with aren't mad. Like, wait, that wasn't your wife? Confused. Thank you for telling us. I'm sorry for cornering you like that. I hope to continue our business relationships. Messages of those kinds are overflowing from his mailbox. Seems that he sent the details of the press conference to the other presidents beforehand. It's just like Mr. Snail to be so dutiful about it. Probably why everyone was willing to help him. It's thanks to your good character, President. He closes his lips tightly and tries to hold back tears again. Mr. Snail looks through his phone screen while drinking down the rest of his whiskey. How is he gonna get home? Did he drive? Who drove? Alright, next chapter. The sun always rises. The next day always comes. Alright, we're gonna have to continue that in the next episode. They're both drunk. Although Shelby probably more so. I wonder if anything's gonna happen. We still got a lot of chapters to go though. Alright, so let's save. Need a little breaky break. Throat's still getting a little dry. We got a lot of save files. Gotta remember which one I need to like go back to for the bad endings. Alrighty, well, hope you guys are having a fun time with this. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.